What's up, Smashers? It's Beanwolf, and today I'm going to show you how to go from a completely unhacked Wii, or a hacked Wii, if you already have the homebrew channel or whatever, it's fine, um, to USB loading Melee, like full out. Because I've had so many questions about exactly how to do this, and Wiis are stupid, and this is just going to make everything a whole lot easier because everybody's going to be working from the same base hack, and it's going to make everything just so easy. So the first thing we're going to do before we do anything, because of the whole game.iso stuff that was happening, you're going to go to Start menu, Control Panel, Appearance and Personalization, Folder Options. I'll zoom in here for you guys, that you guys can see. Once this window's open, just go to View, scroll down, and you're going to look for this Hide Extensions for Known File Types. Make sure that's off, and just hit Apply. And that's it. That's going to make everything just a little bit less aggravating to troubleshoot, both for me and for you. So definitely do that first. So I do have the Wii right here. This Wii, let me just grab my Wii mode here. This Wii does have the homebrew channel and USB loader GX installed as a channel, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. The only different step, if your Wii is unhacked, is super easy, and anyone can do it. So I'll walk you through that process. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to download the link that I have in the description. You'll have something that looks similar to this, but you'll have this ModMe installer. Just run this. I already have ModMe, so I'm not going to do this, but you'd go through all these steps and install it wherever. Just remember where you install it. You can install it directly to the C drive, that's fine. But I already have it installed, so I'm going to start that up right now. You're going to want to run modme skin.exe from that folder. And it's going to come up with this. So basically what this does is this is going to automate the process of hacking your Wii, whether it's hacked or unhacked. And it's going to create the exact SD card that we need to create to have this done. So you're going to type I agree. Super simple. Going to check for updates. Alright, so you're just going to go right from ModMe Wizard, start here to mod your Wii, even if your Wii's already modded. You want to, when it asks you, is this your first time, or would you like to update all existing Softmod, you're going to say yes. So, what is your current system menu version? This you find out from your Wii. So we're going to pull this up here. You're going to go down to Wii options, Wii settings. Take a bit here because Wiis are slow. I believe it's under Internet, Console Information. No, where's it at? Been a while. .3U. It was right there the whole time. I'm an idiot. Alright, so we're done with that. We're going to go back to ModMe. We'll take a look here, and you're going to say whatever, 4.2U, you're going to select 4.3. Or whatever exactly you have. Your system menu region, for most of you, it's going to be USA. You might have PAL, but I don't exactly know how that works. I only know about USA, so don't come crying to me if PAL doesn't work. I apologize, because I don't know anything about PAL. You're usually, most people have 4.3 Wiis, so you're mostly just going to do Wii brand. Wii brand is also the easiest, so just select Wii brand and move on. So you need your Wii's MAC address. So we're going to go right back to Almanac here so we can get our MAC address. And that is under Internet. I remember where that is. I'm going to select Internet, Console Information, and here's your MAC address. So we're going to type that in to ModMe right here. I believe, no, you can just put the dashes in. So E8-4E-CE-6D 68-98. All right. So we're good. I'm going to make sure that's right. I hit next. You're going to want to stay on 4.3. Let me zoom back in here. You're going to want to stay on 4.3 because that just makes everything easy. So stay on 4.3. You don't want to install any of these channels because who cares about that? No, you don't want to install any themes. Keep hitting next. Would you like to set up a USB loader? Select yes. The external hard drive, we're just going to say it's FAT32 because that's what we're going to need for GameCube games because they work best on FAT32. I think they only work on USB 32. Just select configurable USB loader. It's easy. You would like to save stuff. You can have that on the USB. That's fine. I don't even think we end up using this. And then just select where this is. It's going to create a folder that you're going to drag and drop to your SD card. So just set that to wherever you want. And select finish. And it's going to go through all this stuff. Going to download all the correct stuff. And it's going to take you to this page, which has some instructions on it that tell you exactly what to do. But I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. If you don't have your Wii already hacked, just follow this first step here. Make a NAND backup. Follow these first 3 steps of it'll make a nice noise, tell you it's done. X out of that. So yeah, if you don't have your Wii already hacked, do the first, second, and third steps, and fourth. Yeah, install preloader. Number 5 is where I'm going to jump in. Because even if you've already done the step previously when you've hacked your Wii, we're going to do it again to make sure that everybody has the exact same hacked Wii, technically. So I am going to get that folder that ModMe just created. So this is what you're going to drag onto your SD card. So I have my SD card right here. As you can see, it's an 8 gigabyte. The 2 gigabyte stuff's only for PM. Don't worry about that. I format these FAT32 just default allocation size. Doesn't really matter. Just whatever, 32 kilobytes. Doesn't matter. Default's fine. 32. I just have everything for 32. What I do is I name my SD cards Untitled. That's like a PM thing. I remember there being issues with your SD card having a name. So I just put Untitled in all caps, quick format, start. There's nothing on it. It'll format that. So now that this is ready to go, we're just going to drag this folder that ModMe created for us. We're just going to drop that right onto the SD card. And it's going to take a little bit because USB cards suck. So I'll be right back. Alright, so we successfully transferred all the folder that ModMe created for us into our SD card. So we can X out that ModMe window. We're done with ModMe for now. I think we're done with ModMe forever. We don't need it anymore. So I'm going to pop that SD card out. I'm going to go back to the Wii here. I'm going to pop that in the Wii. At this point, if your Wii wasn't already hacked, you'd have to follow those first 4 steps in the ModMe guide here. It's super easy. Stuff sounds scary. It's not. It's all basic stuff. Nothing to be afraid of. Can't mess it up. Well, you can mess up anything, but that stuff's pretty foolproof. And my Wii is freaking out here. I'm using a classic controller here, so you know what? I'm just going to restart it. That's easy. Because you can't resync the classic controller when you're in the menu. So here we are. After you follow those first 4 steps, you're just going to go to the homebrew channel. Start. Alright, so we're here at the homebrew channel. I'm going to... There we go. Okay, so you're going to get a list like this. I am going to... reinstall iOS 236. So this is one of the first 2 steps, just to ensure everything is good. Because this is not my Wii. And that's all for that step. That's one of those first 4 steps. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run Wad Manager. This is going to install all those WADs so we know we all have the exact same WADs. So you're going to go to Wad Manager, and you are going to hit the button for, it's 1, and that would be install all WADs in folder. So just hit 1 on your Wiimote, or whatever it is for your GameCube. It works with GameCube controllers as well. And just hit A, and it's going to batch install all these WADs. So this ensures that we know exactly what is in everybody's Wii, so we don't have any issues when we come to the next step. So this might take a bit, so we'll be right back. Alright, so it's successfully completed. We're done. So we're going to press any button to continue. We're just going to get out of this. Just keep hitting B, and then hit home. And that's going to exit you back to the homebrew channel menu. Alright, so now we've set everything up for us to actually get into the USB loading part. So we're done with the Wii for now, so we're going to pop the SD card. But the USB, that's later. You can leave the homebrew channel open, doesn't really matter. You can pop the SD card back into your computer and delete everything. Well, no, not everything. You want to leave... You want to leave the boot me folder and all these things that aren't folders. So every folder except for boot me, you want to get rid of. Get rid of those. Take a second. And then you're going to go back to the USB loading folder that you downloaded from me. And there's going to be a folder called SD card post hack. Take all of this and just throw it in there. This is just a clone of my USB, just to ensure that everything is the same. That's the big thing with this, because Wiis are so stupid. Like, you have no idea. Like, people have had so many problems with having different setups and even slightly different things. It's just easier if everybody has the exact same thing. Just overwrite when it asks you to do anything. Shouldn't matter. Everything's the same. Alright, so that's done. So there's a couple apps on here that will make our life a lot easier. So the next step is we're going to make a new folder. Name it WAD. Yeah, we just deleted the WAD folder earlier, but this one is only going to have the Dios Mios mod in it, which is what runs USB GameCube games. So just extract that folder to where it is. The only thing you need here is Dios Mios 2.10.wad. Throw that in the WAD folder. And you're done. You can pop that SD card back out. Go back to your Wii. Pull that back up again. Pop it back in. It may or may not instantly come up like that. Depends. And then you can see you have all these apps on here. USB Loader GX is what we're going to use for GameCube games. I use CFG for Wii games. I'm not sure why I do it that way. I know CFG can handle game GameCube games as well, but it's just never worked for me, so I don't even bother. So we're going to go to Wiimod. It will be on your last page that you get to by hitting the right trigger or just clicking to the right. So start up Wiimod, and we're going to install the Dios Mios WAD. A word of warning on Dios Mios. The way Dios Mios works is going to disable you from launching GameCube games off a disc like normal. You can still launch GameCube games off a disc. You just have to launch them from USB Loader GX, which is a little weird, but it's easy, and I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. So don't worry about that. You just can't launch them from the system menu. So we're going to go to Wad Manager, navigate to the WAD folder that we made, and then just click on diosmios.wad. You're going to install it. Just hit A again. It'll read the ticket, and it'll install the content, and it'll finish that installation. And just hit B back all the way out, hit home, get back to the homebrew menu. So now your Wii is totally ready to load USB games off a disk. Now you have to configure the actual USB drive. And this is a little tricky because there are some key things that you need to set when you're formatting the USB drive that every single text guide online seems to leave out and mess up. So of course you're going to need an ISO of Melee or the 20XX, which you can use my other guide to do. There are plenty of ways to get it. I'm not going to link you one. You can rip your own like I have. Super easy. I go over all that in the 20XX video. So we are going to get the USB drive ready. So I've already plugged my USB drive in. Just a normal 8 gigabyte. I believe this is a Samsung. I don't know. It doesn't even have anything written on it. It's probably generic. But you know what? It doesn't matter. So we're actually not going to format it from here like this because that's lame. That's for plebeians. We are going to run CMD. Just type CMD into your start menu. And we're going to get a command window. Yours probably won't be this big. But that's all right. So we're going to use a command line utility called diskpart. Now what diskpart does is diskpart allows us to set up partitions and whatnot on our USB drive, and we need to have very exact settings for the FAT32 partition so that the USB games actually load. And this is why when you are setting up Dios Mios, that you get to the Dios Mios screen and it comes up and you're like, oh, I'm so excited to play, and then it black screens or it gives you some stupid error. So this is how you're going to fix that. So you're just going to type in diskpart. Obviously, this is for Windows computers, so if you're on Mac or Linux, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm sure there's a disk partitioning utility. There has to be. So it just starts up right here. There's nothing to see because it's a command line utility, but I'm going to tell you the commands to type. So we're going to zoom in here. The key command is list disk. That's going to show you the disks that are online. So you can see this is my SSD, this is my mass storage drive, and this right here is the USB drive. I can tell because it's 8 gigs. Easy. So we're just going to type in select disk 3. That's going to say disk 3 is now the selected disk. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hit list partition. That's going to show us the partitions that are already on the disk. But for right now, we don't care because we're going to clean it. We're going to format it. We're going to start from scratch. So you're just going to type clean. And if you look over into my computer, you're going to see it doesn't even know how much space is in there because there's no partition in there currently. So we're going to create a new partition. So you're going to type create partition primary. All right, so now if you type list partition again, you're going to have this empty primary partition. It's not formatted. The computer doesn't even know what it is yet, but we're going to let it know. So what we're going to do is we're going to select partition 1. So partition 1 is not a selected partition. Make sure you are selecting and making sure you have the right disk and partitions in. I don't want you to go cleaning your main HDD. That would be catastrophic. Just like look, be really obvious because the USB drive will probably be in megabytes, maybe gigabytes if you're rich, but whatever. So with that disclaimer, we're going to move on here and we're going to type the scary command, which is format, and we're going to type in fs bat32 because that's the file structure that we want. We're going to type unit equals 32K for 32 kilobyte cluster size. And then we are also going to type quick. So what this is going to do is this is going to set it up exactly how we want. And it'll take like 5 seconds or something like that. And now you're not done exactly yet. List the partitioning in. Select partitioning in. What did I do? I typed something wrong. Yeah, I typed probably misspelled partition like an idiot, but you know what? That's all right. Those partition ones now select a partition, and now you're going to type the most important command, which is active. This is the one thing, this right here, that no guide tells you to do, that you need to do for it to work. I have never had a USB drive work without this. You need to make sure the partition is active, and you really can't do that easily without this disk part utility. Because all the GUI versions in Windows have like weird things where they won't let you mark partitions active because it's unsafe, which it normally is for a normal file structure, but this isn't normal. We're hacking a Wii right now. Wiis are weird. So right now we're ready to go. So we can just type exit, and now we're done with disk part. So the USB drive is good to go. This is totally formatted for exactly what you want. So now that we're in the USB, we're going to make that games folder. This is just like the 20XX thing. So we have our games folder, and this is just where I put my Melee ISO. This will not be in the pack that I provide because I'm not going to provide an ISO. You need to get that yourself. Again, you're going to need to rip this with GCREX. I should have done this before, but you know what? On my SSD, it won't take not a minute. So we're going to open the command window, and we're going to type the command that everybody had trouble with. Everybody do it with me. Look how easy. GCREX .exe. There you go, messing it up. -x game.iso. And it'll rip the game to that folder. And now it's done. So now that we have this Galo1 folder, we're just going to drop that right onto our USB. And this is going to take ridiculously long because I have this USB on the hub because I have too many things plugged in. So I will be right back. Alright, so our USB is built. It is time for the moment of truth. We're going to pull this USB, go back to the Wii. You need to make sure you put this in the bottom USB port. So if your Wii is laying down, hopefully face up, it's going to be the bottom USB port. So just make sure you have it in that one and go ahead and start USB Loader GX. All the settings should be redone for you. You don't have to worry about anything. I have it all ready to go. So here we are at the USB Loader GX screen. We're just going to click on Super Smash Bros. Melee, and then just click on the disc. We're going to get this nice Dios Mios screen. Going to hang for just a little bit, like it always does. And there you go. In this case, we're in 20XX. And that's all there is to it. As long as you all have the exact same initial hack step, it's easy. It's when everybody has a different Wii hack because people have been hacking Wiis for so long. And everybody's Wii is usually hacked because it's so easy to just install the homebrew channel that you run into all these issues and people black screen and all this other stuff. But if you just follow the steps from the exact ModMe installation all the way through to the end, even if your Wii's already hacked, everything should happen exactly like this. So, if this video helped you out, be sure to like. I don't really put out videos, so don't even bother about subscribing. I don't even do anything. So I hope this I hope this video guide helped you out, and see you guys later.